Welcome! In this video I'm going to be taking a look at the SOARAISE 5000 milliamp hour power bank for iPhone. So this was provided to me by the distributor, but they're not compensating me for this video and they're not reviewing it before I post it. If you find this video helpful and you want to purchase one of these, I'll put a link to it in the description on Amazon, and if you use that link it helps me out a little bit and doesn't cost you anything extra. So let's get this open. We have a user manual, a USB-A to USB-C charge cable, and we have the power bank itself. Let's take a quick look at the manual. So it has a cover over the lightning connector, power button on the side, battery status indicator. On the opposite side of the battery as the button, we have a USB-C input and output. And here are the specs. Output on USB-C is 5 volts at 3 amps max, and lightning connector is 5 volts at 2.4 amps max. Input is 5 volts at 3 amps max. So to charge your iPhone, you plug it into your iPhone, or to charge another device, you can plug in a USB-C cable. This supports QC or PD for faster charging of the battery bank itself. So let's take a closer look. So it has a cover here, and it is tethered so you don't lose it, with a button on the side, and we have a USB-C port over here. So let's try charging this. Plug it in, and now it's charging. So it is charging at 3 amps, 5 volts at 3 amps. Now in the instructions it says to fully charge it before using it. So I'll get this charged up, and then we'll come back and we'll test it out. Okay, so I have this charged up a bit. Now if we press the button on the side, the indicator lights will light up. It's hard to see on camera with my lights, but they are lit up. So we can pull the cover off, and now we can charge some phones with it. So first let's try this iPhone 13 mini. We'll plug in the bottom, and now that's charging. Here we have an older iPhone 6s, or it might even be a 6, so we'll plug into it. Now it is not charging. I'll press the button, and that turned it on. So if you don't have the lightning bolt, make sure you press the button. Now this case has a little recess in it that allows this to fit. Now I don't know if that's a standard opening size, but on these two phones it seems to fit. If you for some reason had a phone that had a super narrow opening, maybe that would be a problem, but I would guess you wouldn't have any cables that would fit in it. So I think that fits nicely. Let's try this on an iPad. So this is a Gen 1 iPad Pro. I'll plug into the lightning port, and here's charging. So the Amazon description says you can get about 1 charge out of this on an iPhone. So when you plug it into something larger like an iPad, you really wouldn't expect it to get as much charge as you would if you plugged it into an iPhone. Now this also has that USB-C port on the side, so we can charge other devices. So I'll take a USB-C to USB-C cable. I'll plug it into that USB-C port. Here I have a FLIR thermal camera that supports USB-C charging. And I'll plug in here, press the button, and now this is charging. It's nice it has that USB-C port on there that is bidirectional, so you can charge the battery with it or charge other devices. Maybe you have an iPhone today and sometime in the future you upgrade to Android. You don't have to throw this away. You could still use this as a traditional wired battery pack. So that's the SOARAISE 5000 milliamp hour power bank for iPhone. I really like the small size of this. This would easily fit in a small bag, a backpack, purse. You could put it in the door of your car. It's very easy to use. You just pull the cap off, plug it into your phone, press the power button if needed. Now since this plugs in, this is going to give you more efficient and faster charging than a lot of wireless options. So I do use wireless charging quite a bit, but I also like to plug in depending on my needs. Now one thing to consider with this is when this is plugged in, it is hanging off, so you want to make sure you don't knock this against something. I'm the kind of person who doesn't have a problem with that. I'm pretty disciplined, but you may not want to give this to like small children and such that don't have as much control or maybe kind of clumsy. But the same could be said if you have a wire sticking out, you can bust that against something too. But this does fit on there very nicely, and it holds pretty good too. As good as a lightning cable does, which is pretty decent. So it makes it very convenient. So that's all I'm going to cover in this video. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. If you like this video, please click like. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd appreciate if you could do that. And thanks for watching. Until next time, goodbye.